Welcome back to Weekly Tips and Tactics. I love action planning. I especially love action planning for the relationships inside of our environments, right? So let me give you just a few bullet points here so that you know what this action plan needs to entail and include. Action plans need to be specific. Right? So what is that very specific thing in our relationship? It's not broad. It's not, let me bring in everything. It's very specific. If it means active listening, right? We gotta be specific, right? So we're talking about relationships inside of our environment. So they need to be specific. We need to identify the objectives that need to go inside. I notice I don't use the word goals very often, right? So what are those objectives that are going to help me get to that specific need? We list those out. How do I get from A to B to C to E, right? Like, so going from A to Z requires that you do B through Y. So if you have those objectives, make sure that they're in the right order, so that it's A to Z or A to B, whatever that looks like. Who is going to assist you? Are you going to do this together with a certain person? Is it a complete group of individuals? Is it something that just you need to take on and perhaps you need a guide or a mentor or a coach? Then I need you to know this. This is super important. You have to be able to answer the question, why do I need this specific action in my life? Why? Because I think it'll make me happier, or I think it'll make us fight less. Why? Why do you think this is the answer? And when you can answer that, make sure you continue to ask yourself why a few more times until you feel like you're at the very bottom of the true root cause, the true root issue. Where are you going to do this action? Is this something that you need to study and learn, and then, find the skills and tactics that go inside of it, and that you have to, cultivate, and you have to, condition? Or is this something that we're going to do at the kitchen table every Sunday evening? I don't know, right? We have to know where we're going to do this, because you can't just say, oh, I'm going to do this. It has to have, we got to have meat and potatoes, right? If we're going to change something, make it better, it has to have meat and potatoes. So, and then what is the plan? What is the full plan? Who's going to follow up? And on what timetable? We have to be specific. So what is the plan? Is it written out? Is it specific? Is it throughout the week, across the days, across the months, right? Who's going to follow up? Where's my accountability? How many people are involved, right? Who's going to track? And then what is the timetable? And make sure you be specific. And so you want, for that first, that specific need, it has an end date. But then each objective that you identify, that getting from point A to point Z, B through Y, all of those objectives, they need timetables also, right? So when do I need to get these things done by? And then you back it out and make sure it hits the date. And am I being smart about it? Am I being reasonable? Can it be done? Do I have the right partners? Do I have the right guide? Do I have the right mentor? Do I have the right coach? Are we all on board? Right? Got to look at all these things. I love creating action plans for all kinds of things. So I'm here if you need some help.